everyone, this is Mama Joy and welcome to my channel. I'm still in California and today I'm going to be making some cookies so that Eric and I can share with our friends out here, and I'm going to let you watch me make them because somebody might want to know the recipe when I take them over there to share with everyone. So the first thing that I'm going to do is put 1 stick of butter into the mixer, and this is a 1/2 cup. Okay, I'll get the butter that's stuck on the paper off and put in there. I don't want to waste any of this good butter. Woo! That made a loud noise, didn't it? And the next thing that I'm going to add is 1 cup of Crisco. That came out slick as a whistle. Okay, there we go. Okay, then the next thing that I'm going to add to this will be the eggs. I'm going to turn this on and mix the butter and the Crisco together. Now I have to be really careful with this mixer because it spews the flour all over the place, so I'm going to cover it over when I get ready to put the flour in. I'm going to go ahead and put 3 eggs in here. I don't know if you can see what I'm doing or not. Okay, there's 1. There's 2. And number 3. And in this little bowl, I have 1.5 cups of sugar, which I'm going to be adding. And this is just plain sugar, granulated. And then I have 3/4 cup of brown sugar. It's going in there. Then I'm going to be putting in 1 tablespoon of vanilla extract. I'm going to shut this off a minute and scrape down what's up here on the side because this Crisco isn't getting mixed up in everything. Okay. Add my vanilla. So the next thing that I'm going to be adding is the flour mixture. I have 3 cups of flour already measured out in this bowl, and to it I'm going to add 1.5 teaspoons of salt, and just regular salt, and 1.5 teaspoons of baking soda. Also in this little dish is 2.5 teaspoons of baking powder. So I just added them all in here, and I'm going to mix them with the flour. And then I must cover this or it'll fly out everywhere. This mixer the slow speed, the lowest speed there is, goes 90 miles an hour. So I don't know what's with that. This is an old mixer. So I'm gonna have to add this a little bit at a time. So what I'll do is put a cover over it, put some in and put a cover over it, and then get that stirred up and put the cover, take the cover off and put some more in. I'm gonna pull this, whoop. And this is the heaviest mixer, way heavier than mine. This part up here where the motor is, I'm telling you, it's so heavy, I can hardly lift it. So, I'm gonna cover this over because I know it's gonna fly out. Even on low, it gets to going, it's just really fast speed. Now these cookies do not take long to mix up. This is a recipe that I have used when I've cooked at camp for the kids for years and years. This is my standby recipe, but it's gonna have a new ingredient in it this time. And I'll show you what it is in a minute. I'm gonna get that stirred down again. Add some more of the flour. Cover it over. Most of these mixers have a plastic thing that goes on here that keeps the flour and stuff from flying out. But this one, it probably got lost by the wayside, but you can see that it's knocking it out here on the counter. Maybe you can't see. It's already knocked some of them out, some of it out, and it's still. So I'll turn it off. Put some more in here. Scrape it down a little more. Now, this last ingredient I'm going to add that's powdered is instant pudding. And this is just vanilla. And I'm going to put it in with the flour so it'll mix up pretty good. Okay. Now, when I didn't use this pudding, if I wanted to put butter in my cookies instead of Crisco and use all butter, they would just get flatter than a flitter. But when I've been using this pudding, it doesn't do that. Of course, I don't use all butter. So I'm going to turn this on again. When we get the flour all mixed up, I don't have to worry about it so much, but okay, I'll take a peek. Oh dear. And I do have 2 more ingredients that I'm going to put in here. And one is 2 cups of chocolate chips, and you could use peanut butter chips, you can use white chocolate chips. You can use semi-sweet chocolate, but I'm using the milk chocolate. I like the flavor of the milk chocolate. And the last ingredient, let me see, is a 1.5 cups of chopped pecans. And this bowl is smaller than the bowl that came with my older one. I don't know, I didn't know you could get different size bowls, but I guess you can. But this is a smaller bowl than what was with my very first mixer. And this looks so yummy. I think we've pretty well got it mixed up. Now, I'm going to tell you something else. You should not eat this cookie dough. I have ate it all my life. My grandmother used to make it, and she would always give us a great big spoonful of cookie dough. And my husband used to have me make it for him and just put a bowl of it in the refrigerator and let him eat off of it. And he didn't want the cookies baked, he just wanted the raw dough. But if you want to eat the raw dough, to be safe, all you have to do is leave the eggs out. If you don't put the eggs in, then it's okay to eat it. The eggs is what causes can cause the problem with salmonella or whatever. But if you don't put the eggs in, it's okay to eat it because it's nothing else in there that would make you sick. Okay. Get some of this stuff out of the way. Now you do not have to grease your baking sheet, but I am going to spray the scoop because that keeps the dough from sticking to it. I'm just going to hold over the sink and give it a spray, and then I'm going to dip some of these out on this cookie sheet and show you how I'm going to put them on here, and then I will get off and get them finished up and put in the oven at 350 for 10 to 12 minutes. Okay. This cookie sheet may only let me do 3 across because it's smaller than some of them. But you should try to make your cookies the same size. I'm not filling this quite as full. Anyway, I'm going to get these in the oven and get them started baking. I'll get out another baking sheet and get some of these baked up, and I will be back. Okay, I've got the cookies out of the oven. I did sample one, and I broke one. I actually broke two. That's why I sampled it. And they are delicious. They did get a little flatter than what I wanted them to. And it may have been because the oven had been on 400 and I let it cool down, and it may have still been too hot. I don't know. But these cookies are really, really good, and especially when they're warm. So good. I have another pan in the oven, and it's got 15 on it. This one only had 12. Excuse me. So we're going to be having some cookies to share, and I'll take a picture of them when I get them in a container, and you can see what they look like. But they are delicious, and they didn't take any time at all to make. And I hope the ones that I get out of the oven stay raised up more than these did. They're still good, even if they do get flat. They're still good. But for some reason, the butter always made them go flat. And I set my timer for 10 minutes, and I didn't think they were quite done. And see, they're not real brown on the bottom. So I think this time I set the timer for 12 minutes. So I'll see how they turn out, and I'll get back with you. I'm still baking away. I have some here cooling on the cookie sheet, and I have some in this bowl, and I have another baking sheet in the oven, and I think that I'm going to be able to make one more sheet pan before I'm done. I think I'm going to have another sheet pan besides this one and besides the one in the oven, because I've got a little bit of dough left, and it might fill this pan here. So I'm getting them all baked up, and they're not as thick as I'd like for them to be. For whatever reason, I'm not used to this oven. These are different baking sheets than what I use, but I don't need to try to make an excuse. This just happens. And they're good, so I'm not complaining. And I'm so glad that you watched me on this video. Please subscribe to my channel if you haven't. Hit the like button and the notification bell, and I'll see you soon.